So, before we took the plunge to expand into new markets, we went back to basics and we looked at our company values for inspiration. And yes, we do have a purple koala as one of our company value logos. We wanted to be outrageous and courageous in scaling our business globally. We wanted to shake that tag of being a scrappy Aussie startup. We wanted to be fast and furious to keep up with market demands and expectations. And we also wanted to be fair dinkum about our people transformation by narrowing the focus and raising the bar. So being pragmatic and realistic about what a lean team could deliver. So, who actually does need to have a seat at the table? And at this stage, it was a virtual table. But to get a true sense in terms of who was involved at Fluent in playing a role in our global expansion, we partnered with a wide range of different departments to build out our expansion playbook. So the playbook looked at risks, opportunities, timing, product and market fit, compliance, and how we could ultimately create a new team of rock stars. So not limited, but we included legal, the people, the finance team, our head of strategy, our commercial sales team, marketing played a key role, our product or build it team, and of course our channel and alliances team to ensure that we were working closely with our core partners. We also tied all the core learnings and feedback through our senior leadership team and ultimately our board. Data became our best friend. So we looked at numerous data sources before landing on our expansion plan. We looked at Forrester's report, Gartner, McKinsey. We also looked at where our competitors were and also where our customers were expanding to. And we asked ourselves a lot of questions internally. Finance were always asking, what are payroll implications going to be? What are the time constraints and implications of trying to do it ourselves and create a legal entity? That does take 6 to 12 months. It's not a quick fix. We also asked ourselves the question, what do we need from an accounting and audit perspective to be compliant in countries we had no idea about? From a people lens, what kept me up at night were questions such as, how do we get flexibility to try before we buy, but not be left with a white elephant with people that we potentially may not need in 6 months down the track? How can we get speed to market to bring on new talent? It's competitive and tough in Sydney. What's it going to be like in Singapore or in other countries? What are our risks if employees don't work out? We don't want to end up with an unfair dismissal claim. What are the compliance and legislation in those countries? How can we access world-class benefits? Because if we try and do it ourselves, we're not going to have critical mass. We're not going to have that scale. What weird and wonderful holidays do folks have in other countries that we don't know about? We need those experts here. And then also, how do we build into our existing benefits, such as our working from home, flexi allowance, and our birthday leave, end of year shutdown leave, etc. So we had a lot of questions that we needed answering. Then we came to the realization, let's not boil the ocean. Let's not try and do it all ourselves because it's bloody tough. From a people perspective, I also had a lot of competing priorities. We were implementing a new HRIS, a new ATS. We were rolling out formalized end-of-year review cycles. We were developing our global DEIB strategy and also rolling out our career model framework, which was a lot of work. So we went down the PO route. So for those in the room who may not know what a PO is, it's a professional employer organisation. And I always see it as like co-parenting. Good cop, bad cop. The PO acts as the administrative employee or the statutory employer. They employ our workers on record for tax purposes and processing wages, benefits, withholding, and taxes. We, as Fluent, act as the worksite employer. So we still maintain full scope and authority in terms of who we bring on or who we let go, how much we pay them, and we also found that the secret sauce of a really good PEO is the market intelligence of the salary benchmarking and job levelling as well. So where else do we see value in a PEO? For payroll, when you partner with the PEO, they take over paying employees, withholding, paying taxes, and so much more. They also allow to automate the in-house and spend limited time on each pay run. And as you can imagine, when we added more countries to the mix, that time was really critical to get back as well. As I mentioned about employee benefits, as a large group, we can tack into the critical mass that the PEO has and negotiate pricing with providers, streamline the employee enrolment, process claims, and more as well. And then from HR compliance, labour laws, employment laws are really complicated. They're complicated here. Imagine scaling that globally as well. They're different in every country, and they're continually changing as well, especially after the pandemic. A good PO helps you follow the rules, and for us, and keeping the CFO happy, avoiding a lot of costly fines. We wanted to find a partner who had values that aligned with our values as well, and we effectively wanted to be joined at the hip, so they would then become an extension of our team as well. We wanted and saw them as the people and the finance experts to help shape us and employees in every way as well. We wanted to continue to remain employee obsessed by ensuring we had a great streamlined onboarding process that could align to our company onboarding process, that we were compliant with local labour laws and also best practice. And we wanted one invoice for payroll for all the tax withholdings so they could submit tax filings on our behalf as well. We don't want to deal with different invoices at different cycles for different regions. We also wanted to make life easier for employees and managers by providing the ability to manage expenses and record time off from the ease and comfort of their mobile phone. And we went through a really vigorous search. We actually spoke with about 6 different vendors, but we found Safeguard Global. We really liked that Safeguard lived up to their name and they were truly global. We also loved that our account manager was based in country. We didn't have to deal with different time zones in Europe or in the States. And we also wanted a one throat to choke model. And thankfully, there's been no throat choking so far. We also loved that Safeguard were in 170 countries. So if we needed to quickly scale up, move to another country, add an engineering pod in Eastern Europe, we've got that scale and flexibility. And we started off small. We didn't want to do everything at once. And we had some easy wins that we could do. So we had some employees that were in Canada, hired out of our US entity, that we were able to lift and shift. Suddenly, they were able to access amazing benefits in Canada. Likewise, we had employees in Germany who were hired through our UK legal entity. They were over the moon to then actually have a contract written in German, and that they, again, had the ability to access in-country benefits as well.